Hi everyone, welcome back to my Taboo's Voice channel. Today we're going to be talking about trust. Trust is a journey that I walked on, and it took me decades to realize how important it is to trust. And I didn't realize that the trust needed to start within. Growing up, that trust that I had in myself, that was shattered. And I don't know when, but when I think about it, how a trust could be shattered is truly being lied to. When you love someone and you believe in everything that they say, and you believe that they have your best interest always in their heart, but that wasn't true. And it wasn't one time, 2 times, it was multiple times. And it wasn't just being lied to, it was being manipulated. Them using mind games, just any tactic that they could. They felt like they had control. And at that time, they did. Because I was young, I didn't understand. It wasn't until I started questioning at the time, I didn't know what I was questioning, but I was truly just seeking for truth. But now I understand that I was actually seeing if they are who they say they are. Their integrity, does it actually align with what they say they are? And walking this journey without realizing it, okay, because truly I think that's the beauty of life, is that you don't even know that you're walking in these journeys: acceptance journey, trust journey, healing journey, purging journey, all these needed journey to bring you more and more closer to yourself, to really understand yourself better and who you have always been, until the influence came in. And they were only able to influence is because you were inexperienced. You didn't understand how the world worked, and they took advantage of you. And the choice was always yours, whether you cave in and continue on the pattern that your environment had placed on you, or you keep living in your truth, even if you don't understand what that truth is yet, but you know deep within you that it didn't align with you. And that's exactly what I felt also. And that's what you followed. That was your direction. Was that if it didn't align with you, you're not going to do it. And sure, some of them, not some of them, a good number of them were painful lessons, but they were needed lessons. Every single experience that I went through, it taught me how important and how valuable and how unique I am. Not everyone walks in this path. Only the one that are brave enough to will do it. Why? It's because you know that you deserve better. This isn't it. And you understand that there's more to explore, even if your journey may not make sense. You know that there's more that maybe you're not seeing that's happening around you, and truly you're not meant to see it. You're only meant to see what's in that present moment. And how I deepened my trust and how it had led to my realization how I was able to sense when somebody was lying. All began when I was healing myself at 12 and 13, 12 or, I want to say 11, 12 or 13 years old. And that was when I could sense when people were lying. The manipulation, the gaslighting, that I didn't understand yet until much later when I was done with college. All of that was happening during my childhood, also in college, and the workplaces that I worked at. And it wasn't until truly I was ready to understand, and that matters, being ready, because when you're not, those information, you can access them, but then it won't make sense just yet. And it didn't happen until I moved out on my own, lived on my own, and really became a very independent person, that I was able to truly sit down with myself and understand just the abuse that was happening around me, and how that energy was being used directly at me. And this is how the universe works, is that everything happens for a reason. It is meticulously designed just for your journey, because they know what you experience. They want to bring you back to who you truly are. But in order to bring you back there, It is a requirement for you to walk the trust journey. The trust journey is the trust within you. Can you trust yourself that you'll make healthy decisions for yourself? Along the way, depending on what kind of environment you were raised in, the decision does get impacted. You make decisions that, depending on how you're raised, okay, if you were raised in a family where they raised you to be a people pleaser and just serve the community, those are the kind of decisions that you would gear more toward. You would make decisions that serves the people, even if it did not align with you, and you knew that it wasn't like healthy. Or you went along with the behavior of your environment, or you chose to turn a blind eye to what you knew what was happening. Before you learn how to make healthy decisions for yourself, it starts with you recognizing and stopping yourself from making decisions, from continuing to make decisions that does not serve you, and also you know it is not good. And that's where the trust starts. When you stop making decisions that does not align with you, betrays you, and truly, it doesn't serve anyone. When I started doing that more and more, I was able to build a really strong and beautiful foundation for myself. And it doesn't mean that when you do this, it cannot be knocked down. The thing is that we're meant to continue to keep experiencing. People are going to continue to keep coming in our life and challenge and shake your foundation. And that foundation is always forever developing, stronger and stronger. And that direction depends on you, whether it's stronger, serving in your highest and greatest good, or stronger, meaning that it becomes a prison to you. You design either your palace or the prison that you live in. No one can do that. And it all starts with trust. When you trust yourself more and more, you will understand the human behavior more and more. How is that? It's because you're learning from your own behavior. You would test yourself also. You would try to cross all your boundaries also. Why is that? It's because your environment crossed all your boundaries. And so you develop that within you. And not everybody lived in that kind of environment. But the people that I'm talking to, you guys did. All your boundaries were crossed. And so you are crossing your own boundaries. And that is the relationship that you are going to walk on, to understand your own boundaries and to love yourself, not to continue it. When you stop betraying yourself, crossing your boundaries, and loving yourself, that is the trust that you build within you, and that those information that you gain are how you know and able to detect when somebody is lying or not. The journey to self-mastery is a very, very powerful one. When you're able to master yourself, you will understand every living thing in the spiritual world very, very well. Not 100%, but very, very well. The learning never stops, and that is just the truth. And to know if you can trust somebody or not is to trust them and communicate. And if they continue on the pattern that hurts you, it means that there is no love. You cannot trust them, and they do not respect you. That is just the truth. Because you have to put yourself in their shoe. If something like that was to happen to you, you were in their shoe, and somebody had asked you, not asked, but had expressed themselves to you, saying that, hey, what you did there really hurt me. Can you please not do that again? Or, hey, can you not do that? Because that triggers me. And they open up to you, saying that, hey, this happened in the past, and it is a trigger of mine, and I'm still working on it, but can you please not do that? And would you continue it? The thing is that it is true. It is hard to break a pattern, but then that isn't. But when you know better, and when you love someone, when you respect someone, you would not do or continue on a pattern that hurts them. And you will understand that the pattern is not going to change overnight, but you're going to hold yourself accountable and watch your words, your actions, and be careful, because that's the kind of love and respect you have towards this person. And if that's something that's how you would behave, then yes, individuals who you wish to be in your life, you want those individuals to feel the same way. You want like-minded people that align with you. Don't put yourself in a box to fit somebody else's needs when they don't even know their own needs. And not only that, but it isn't a requirement. It isn't needed for you to fit in anybody's box. You are not meant to fit in a box. You're meant to flow and be free and be who you are meant to be. And it is okay to not understand what that means yet. You're on that journey of truth. You're on that journey of finding your true purpose and mission. But that is only possible when you continue to walk in your truth. To trust your journey and understand that everything that you go through, it is meant for you to face, for you to take a step back, do the reflection, learn, understand where it stemmed from. That is very, very powerful. Because the thing is that it is important to remove any energy that does not serve your highest and greatest good and well-being, because they are impacting your energy. They're pulling on your energy, and they are still existing in your head, and they do not deserve a space there. The journey of trust is like every journey very important, and it's going to be a beautiful one, an eye-opener one. And no matter what, it is going to be a painful one, but it is more painful to not be who you're meant to be than to be in an environment that only wants to use you. When you get to decide which path you wish to take, because no matter what, both paths are painful, but only one path will feed every part of you with love, peace, calmness, just beautiful energy, because you know you're no longer betraying yourself. You're living in your truth, and you're taking back all your power, and you're making decisions that aligns with you, your well-being, your highest good, and removing energies that do not serve any of that. And above all, you know that if there's something that you may have missed or are unsure, your guides, your angels, your loved ones, all are watching over you, are there, and truth will always be revealed. You have that much trust Continue to keep doing what aligns with you, what makes you proud of yourself, what lights you up, what brings you the most joy, what keeps your heart open and loving, what brings playful and creativity, and above all, what wakes you up every single morning. I love you so much, and I will talk to you soon.